Okay, we're really excited because this year we have lots of new upgrades to the report. But first of all, this is our 8th report, and in this edition, we are excited to rank even more startup ecosystems. So more than 1,400 cities and more than 110 countries are ranked this year. And we had lots of new additions to the index this year. Just to give a quick introduction on what changed this year, we now have an annual growth rate, which we really enjoyed writing about, and we hope you find it useful as well in terms of reading. Basically, this is a score growth rate that is comparing the total scores of last year, 2024 index, to 2025, to give you the ability to track progress of startup ecosystems. Secondly, we now have data boxes inside the country pages, which means you will be able to see some pure data on country level, like how many unicorns they have, how many massive exits the location had as well since 2015, or how many Y Combinator accelerator backed startups do this location have. So all those kind of insights are new to the report, and we hope you find it useful as well. And last addition to the report, that we have a kind of an award at the end of the report. This is first time ever we're doing it. It's Country and City of the Year. I'm not going to reveal it at this point, but both of this city and country are among us today. So we'll be revealing them live here and celebrate their achievements as well. So I'm not going to dive deep into the results and leave it to the elite to share you some key findings and pointers about the report. And thank you for joining. I think the exciting part is yet to start.
Thank you very much, Shangul, and congratulations to you and the rest of the editorial and writing team for creating such a great report. Yeah. We think it's much better and improved than the previous one, so congratulations. Okay, so next I would like to introduce Ellie, our CEO, who will be speaking more about the results on this year's report.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Shangul. Very nice to be here with everyone. It's our biggest event of the year, so we're very excited. This year has been special because we also launched the report in Singapore, in Jewel, in beautiful location in Singapore in airport, if you know it. So we had a very big event with about 200 participants. It was just a pleasure to also launch it live in Singapore. So it was super fun. Yeah, I see we have a lot of our friends here, so it's really great to see the ecosystem developers here. For those that are attending, those ecosystem developers that are going to speak today are by far the world's most cutting edge in terms of caring deeply about their startup ecosystem. And this is something that is a very rare resource. And they're here taking the plunge, let's say, because they know how important it is to celebrate any achievement of their ecosystem, to learn about their ecosystem, to use those methods to basically get to the next level. So I can assure you that the data partners, and we have more than 100 of them, really care about their ecosystem deeply. And again, it's a rare commodity in the world. Most governments are still not there, so we really have the cutting edge of the cutting edge. And yeah, basically, I'll just share my screen for a second, and there are too many insights, to be honest, to share. So I'll just go over a few of them. So basically, the report is free. It's available for everyone. There are about 50,000 people every month that are using those insights. So it's absolutely great for us. One of the most important things for us is to actually point entrepreneurs, investors, corporations into the right place. And basically by building this massive algorithm that is basically ranking more than 1,400 cities, more than 110 countries, we have managed to create a resource that is data-driven and basically allows people to understand where should they relocate, where should they invest, where should they expand their corporate to, especially for the entrepreneurs of us, so important to know where to go. and we are taking our responsibility quite seriously in terms of making sure that you have access to the best data in the world. In terms of where to go, this has been our craft that we've been developing for over 9 or 10 years now, and we keep it free for everyone to use. So please use it. Some of the major insights, and again, there are so many. There are 100 countries, 473, if I'm not mistaken, cities. So it's going to be too much to cover. I'll just tell you that there are some very interesting news in terms of the ranking. But before that, regional level, Asia Pacific is the fastest growing one. We have also very nice growth from Europe. The Middle East has been stellar this year, mostly because of great results from Saudi Arabia and from the United Arab Emirates. So we really start seeing some leadership ecosystems in the Middle East becoming more and more regional and global players. And that has been great. A little bit of lower growth in Latin America and North America, but we have some very good news from there as well. Colombia, for example, is doing extremely well. Medellin had a very fast growth rate this year. So we're seeing some locations that are very much overperforming. Specifically in Asia, I do want to mention the fastest growing location in Asia, region in Asia, which is basically Central Asia. And we're talking about countries like Azerbaijan and Uzbekistan that are growing extremely fast. There is a massive transformation. What is happening in some countries in the world is really staggering. It's something that I don't recall in many years seeing, this transformation of ecosystem in Central Asia, in Saudi Arabia, and so on, to join the game and lead globally and regionally. So that has been extremely nice to watch. A little bit about the top 20. I won't bore you too much, but because again, this is all online and you have to read and figure out what are the parts that are the most relevant for you. We see that Singapore is constantly growing. What they've done in Singapore, it's a textbook on how to develop a startup ecosystem. So if anyone wants to speak with me about this, I'm now learning more and more about what they've done, and it's truly impressive. Singapore switched locations with Canada. We have some other movements. The other movement in the top 10 is Switzerland going on top of Netherlands in the top 10. That's been important. Shout out to the small country of Estonia, always punching above its weight and now getting very close to the top 10. So that has been fun to see. A little bit of a decrease that we have over the years in Australia. That we see that it's a notable trend. So that's an interesting insight as well. China stayed in the same location. However, I have to say that on the top 20 countries, they are the fastest growing country. Even though they stay in the same position, their total scores grew the most out of the top 20. Very interesting things are happening in China, and we see that. That's very clear. And then one more shout out maybe to Japan, that has been increasing and opening up its startup ecosystem to the world more and more. So there are many insights here. I leave it to both you reading this 377 pages report. On the city level, we still have San Francisco leading everyone by, I think, margins of more than 270% difference. New York, the difference there is Beijing back to the top 5. And we have Paris also jumping substantially, now at number 8 in the world. Singapore City, we talked about the country, also the city is growing substantially. And there are many other insights. United States, some cities like Chicago and Seattle are decreasing. Another city is becoming the new star, Austin in Texas. So that has been fun to see. And yeah, all the insights are there. I think that we have great presenters today. If I'm not mistaken, we also have a region that I haven't mentioned. Some is Africa, where we have a few winners there as well. Cabo Verde, a country that I had the privilege to visit a few years ago, is always close to my heart. And it's nice to see that after last year that they were a little bit freezing, this year they have jumped. Again, what they do there on ecosystem development is a great example of how an African startup ecosystem can move forward. We have also the developed ecosystem. For example, although you can see that Canada went down, we have the cities like Kingston that actually managed to go up. Calgary, also in Canada, did absolutely great. So we have a few very interesting locations. Nice to see even when a country goes down, there is always the cities that are the stars that are balancing the act. And that's basically it. So the most important part, the presentations. People can even tell you a little bit about why they grew and celebrate their news. So thanks again for joining us. It's been a privilege to launch this time in Singapore. And to all those that participate, congratulations on your result. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Ellie. Thank you for sharing those key insights. Like Ellie said, if you want to dive deeper into any country or city that you're interested in, feel free to download the report or also message us if you would like to go on a call so we can explain to you more information about anything that you're interested in. So yes, so now, as Ellie said, we are now moving to the more exciting part of our event where we will be hearing more from ecosystems from around the world. So I would just like to ask our team to promote my colleague Lisa. So while Lisa is being promoted, so for this part of our event, we will be hearing from ecosystems from around the world with a pitch of around 5 minutes, listening to them about initiatives that they have and also any reasons of why they are growing, as Ellie mentioned. Okay. Hi, Lisa.
Hello, hi everybody. Looking forward to going through some of the presentations shortly. So we're starting with you. So I'll let you take the floor. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lisa. So the first ecosystem that we will be hearing from is Saudi Arabia. We will be hearing from Mr. Ibrahim Niaz, who is the CEO of the National Technological Development Program at Saudi Arabia. So while he is being promoted, I would just like to share some really amazing things that are happening in Saudi Arabia this year. Saudi Arabia is awarded the Country of the Year due to its great growth rate of over 230% compared to last year, and also due to a lot of the tech advancements that it has had in the ecosystem. There are 3 new cities in the ecosystem, with Medina, Al-Jubail, and Al-Hufuf, and with also Riyadh also improving in the rankings. Okay, so our team is now is now promoting Mr. Niaz.
Hello, hello everyone. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, whatever where you are in the world. It's my pleasure to be with you. And first of all, I would like to congratulate Mr. Eli and the Startup Bling team for issuing the report and for the great efforts and the publicity and also the trust that different ecosystems from all over the world that they have in this index. It's an amazing report, and we really appreciate all the great efforts that you put in this report. And also we really appreciate all the partnership and the collaboration that has happened between both teams in the last 9 months. My name is Ibrahim Niaz, and I'm the CEO of the National Technology Development Program, which is a government fund with a mandate to build, uplift, and foster the growth and sustain the growth of the tech startup ecosystem in the country. It's a $700 million fund, and recently we are aiming to have another fund, which is a $3 billion fund to continue supporting the tech startup ecosystem in the country. If you allow me, I would like to share my screen. How can I share screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we see it.
Okay, perfect. So just to give you a quick overview about Saudi Arabia and all the transformation that is happening in the country under the vision of 2030. Saudi Arabia, the size of the digital economy of Saudi Arabia, it's $132 billion with more than 9% CAGR over the past 5 years. We have more than 381,000 jobs in ICT sector, with a 35% of women participation, higher than the EU and G20 average. And we are the first in the Arab world when it comes to global AI index published by the UN. Also, we are the first when it comes to UN maturity of government services and index among MENA region, the second in AI infrastructure strength among G20 countries, and the second in ICT development index among the G20 countries, and the third in AI job growth rate globally according to the Stanford AI Index report. We witnessed a high momentum and high growth in the last 5 years when it comes to the VC investments in our ecosystem, jumping from $0.15 billion up to $1 billion in 2023. We witnessed a drop last year to $7.70 billion, but in the first quarter of the year of 2025, we achieved more than 50% of what we achieved last year, with the $0.40 billion investments in the ecosystem of Saudi Arabia. We have a huge ecosystem. We have so many partners that we work with, like MISC, Mohammed bin Salman Foundation, and also we have the Center for Digital Entrepreneurship, and also the Garage. It's the largest startup hub in the MENA region when it comes to hosting. It's like incubation acceleration program with a huge facilities that we are hosting entrepreneurs and startups, not only from Saudi Arabia, but from all over the world. As an NTDB, as I said, it's a government fund to build and uplift and support the sustain the growth of the tech startup ecosystem. As we speak, we have 18 products in our portfolio, and as you can see from the screen, our products portfolio of products. Through our products, we support the journey of the startups from the ideation phase until they reach to a unicorn or exit through IPO. And if you can see, most of our products are conditional grants, non-dilutive conditional grants that we provide to our ecosystem. And we support not only local entrepreneurs, but we support local and global entrepreneurs to build their and start their ventures in Saudi Arabia. Plus, we have all kinds of financing, like venture debt, direct and indirect lending, guarantees, long-term loans, low-interest loan to support the ecosystem. So as you can see from the screen, our main role is, our mandate is to support the entrepreneurs and the startups across all the stages. We don't only help them in the early stage or the growth stage or upscale stage. We designed our products to keep supporting the whole ecosystem through all the stages. And actually, 4 years ago, when we started to design our products, what we did, actually, we went to the market. We had hundreds of meetings with entrepreneurs, with the startups, with VC funds, with government entities, with private sectors, trying to identify where is the gap in our ecosystem. And based on the gap that we have in the journey, we started to design our products. As an impact of the program, by end of 2024, we provide more than 1.1 billion riyal as a support to the ecosystem. We created 800 new startups in the last 3 years and a half. We supported more than 2.5 thousand companies and startups in the kingdom. We created more than 17,000 jobs in the last 3 years. And also we attracted 10 global acceleration programs to the country, and we unlocked more than 5.4 VC investments through our portfolio companies, which is represent more than 50% of all VC investments that happened in the kingdom in the last 3 years. Some examples of our products, like 𝗬𝗏 Lab. 𝗬𝗏 Lab, it's a grant-based program. We support the entrepreneurs at the pre-MVP stage. We give them grants that ranges between $40,000 up to $120,000, and help them to build their products, and we help them to go to the market. We have all the early stage VCs as a partner with us in this product, and also all the incubators and the acceleration programs that we have in the country. By end of 2024, we provide more than 51 million riyal as a grants, and we created more than 735 new startups by end of last year. These startups created more than 1,600 jobs in the country, But the beauty of it, we spent 51 million riyal as a conditional grant. But on the other hand, the startups that graduated from this program raised more than 139 million riyal as an investment. And the good thing about this product, we have more than 20 partners. They are helping us from the ecosystem to operate this product, and we are operating in all the regions of Saudi Arabia. On the other hand, one of our products that facilitate the debt financing, it's a guarantee program. We provided more than 200 million riyal as a loan guarantee. We supported around 200 companies, and we unlocked 1.8 billion riyal from commercial banks and financial institutes to be provided to our startup ecosystem with less than 1% non-performing loan, and the unlocked financing ratio from the private sector reached to 9.3x. Also, we have one of our products that targeting global acceleration programs to come and operate and accelerate the growth of Saudi Arabia. We attracted around 10 global accelerators by end of Q1 from all over the world to help us to accelerate the growth of the tech startup ecosystem in the country. On the other hand, we have another program. It's also a financial incentives and grant-based program to bring global startups from all over the world to come to Saudi Arabia, and we help them to grow in Saudi market, and also we help them to grow in the whole MENA region. By end of 2024, we attracted 69 global startups from 15 countries, and most of them, once they came to Saudi Arabia, they succeed to raise funds from Saudi VCs, and also we help them to grow to the whole MENA region. On the other hand, we have another program. It's called Bridge, where we help our local startups to grow to different to grow to the global market. By end of 2024, we supported 11 startups to grow to more than 20 countries, and we are expecting that to estimated global sales will be around 1.4 billion riyal. So this is a quick overview about the startup ecosystem and scene in Saudi Arabia. We are continuing the support, the initiatives that we are going to provide to the ecosystem, and we still have a huge targets that we are going to achieve by 2030 to become one of the top 20 global ecosystem globally. So again, thank you so much for the Startup Blink team, and again, congratulations for issuing the report. And we really appreciate all your great effort, great work, and your partnership. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nayaz, and congratulations again for Saudi Arabia for being the country of the year this year. I think all of the efforts and all of the initiatives that you've shown in the presentation show why the ecosystem is growing so much, because there's a lot of effort and a lot of support that's happening in the ecosystem.
And we are looking forward to have this, to continue this partnership with the Startup Blink, and also to continue the partnership with all global ecosystems from all over the world.
Definitely. And like Mr. Nayaz mentioned, they're also accelerating, startups from outside of Saudi. So if there's other startups that are listening and would like to be in touch, you can let us know and we will connect you with the team as well.
We will be more than happy, and also you can visit our website. It's ntdb.gov.sa. You can find more details about NTDB.
Great, thank you, Mr. Nayaz. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for hosting me.
Thank you. So after hearing great initiatives from Saudi Arabia, we will now be traveling to Azerbaijan, where we'll be hearing from 𝗦𝗁, who is the Director for Strategic Planning and Portfolio Management Department at the Innovation and Digital Development Agency. So while they are being promoted, I will discuss more things about the achievements of Azerbaijan this year. Azerbaijan had the highest global rise among Central Asian countries, and Baku has been chosen as the City of the Year, climbing 47 spots due to its digitalization efforts and also the growth that it has shown this year.
Thank you so much, Catherine. Good afternoon, everyone. It is tremendous honor to be here today representing Azerbaijan. at the Global Startup Ecosystem Index 2025. On behalf of our country and especially the vibrant city of Baku, I want to thank to Startup Link for this recognition and for invaluable work you do in mapping and advancing global startup ecosystem. At the heart of Azerbaijan's innovation journey is the Innovation and Digital Development Agency as a catalyst behind the bold digital transformation we are experiencing. So Innovation and Digital Development Agency's impact reaches beyond the infrastructure. It is laying the foundation for a sustainable innovation ecosystem by focusing on 5 strategic pillars. So ensuring financial accessibility for startups and entrepreneurs, and fostering an innovation culture that encourages the creativity and the risk-taking, developing human capital through the upskilling and education, and the enabling market access to help startups scale, and establishing the infrastructure necessary for long-term growth. These efforts are producing tangible and measurable results such as 165 startups have already developed minimum viable products, and 134 companies have secured startup residency even outside of tech parks, and Azerbaijan investors now managing over $6.6 million in startup-focused assets. So Innovation and Digital Development Agency has launched a number of strategic programs to accelerate this transformation, such as the MyGov platform now provides seamless access to over 450 digital public services. The Techno Scholarship Program is preparing the next generation of ICT professionals, and the Azerbaijan Cybersecurity Center is strengthening our digital resilience, and the Digital Bridge, our national data exchange system, is transforming inter-ministerial communication, and also the RSD paperless government initiative is pushing the public sector towards full digitalization. Over the past year, our private sector has accelerated innovation through a growing ecosystem of venture capital and startup support. So our local venture capital, Caucasus Venture, manages 11.3 million ASEAN as funded 25 startups, including 10 receiving around 1 billion USD in total investment, and another ones in Merge Ventures and White Hill Capital manage 4 million and 5 million USD respectively, with investment expected soon. So alongside these funds, accelerators like InnoLand, Sabah Lab support startups across the diverse sectors such as gaming, artificial intelligence, and edtech, and driving ecosystem forward. So our commitment to innovation is also being recognized in global rankings. So since 2022, Baku has climbed from the global top 500 to the top 300 in the Startup Link Index, an impressive rise of 47 places this year alone. Regionally, Azerbaijan now ranks 74th globally, marking our 4th consecutive year of the growth, the highest jump among all Central Asian countries. So Baku now holds the 2nd place in Central Asia with the highest ecosystem growth rate among the region's top 3 cities, and our national ecosystem growth rate stands over 24%, the highest among Central Asia's top 4 countries. So Azerbaijan's progress is sector-driven and globally competitive. Baku leads Central Asia in e-commerce and retail, edtech, and social leisure, and also key sub-industries like events, logistics, travel, marketplaces, and all of these sectors. Baku ranks as the top performing city in the Central Asia. And now a milestone we have incredibly proud of. Baku has been named Startup Link's first ever City of the Year. This recognition is a testament to how digital transformation backed up by strong public-private collaboration can fuel a thriving and inclusive startup ecosystem. It proves that by combining vision, infrastructure, and global partnership, we can turn ambition into achievement. So to everyone building, funding, and believing in innovation in Azerbaijan, this recognition belongs to you. And to the startup link and the global startup community, thank you for putting Azerbaijan on the map and for inspiring us to reach even greater heights. So this journey is just the beginning for us. Thank you again for Startup Link and all of you here for recognizing and supporting the global startup movement. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Aygun, and congratulations again to Baku and Birds for being the City of the Year this year.
Thank you so much.
So the next ecosystem we will be hearing from is the ecosystem of Banja Luka. We will be hearing from Milena Dudic, who is the expert associate for SMEs and projects at the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Banja Luka. This is the first year that Banja Luka is ranked in the top 1,000. It is currently 73rd in Eastern Europe, and one of the strong industries that it has is currently SaaS. So hello, Milena. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, Catherine. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, just to okay, can you see me now?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. Allow me to share my screen. Okay, so as Catherine politely said and introduced me, hi, good afternoon. My name is Milena, and I am addressing you from the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Banja Luka region. Allow me to agree with my previous colleagues, which said that you did a tremendous, very good work with the index, and I congratulate you, and I'm grateful for this. As you said, Banja Luka, this is the first year that we have Banja Luka on this global startup ecosystem map, and we are very proud. When we talk about startup ecosystems, cities like Berlin, Tallinn, or Barcelona often come to mind. But today I want to take you just a bit south to a city that's only beginning to appear on the global startup map, but one that's full of untapped potential. That city is Banja Luka, the second largest in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and place where technical talent is abundant, the entrepreneurial spirit is rising, and key actors are just coming together to shape the thriving ecosystem from the ground up. So I really thank you for the opportunity to show you what's already in Banja Luka and what makes Republika Srpska special. What sets Banja Luka apart is its pool of technical talent, a legacy of strong engineering faculties, and the growing number of skilled professionals in IT. Yet, as in many emerging ecosystems, the regulatory framework hasn't quite caught up. So to bridge that gap, the Startup Council was established within the Chamber of Commerce and Industry. This council, we have actually recognized what our colleagues did in Slovenia Chamber. We are determined to make the same efforts and similar results, at least. So this council is playing a key role in coordinating efforts, bringing together private, public, and academic stakeholders under one roof. The Chamber is the most qualified organization in this region, in our region, for advocacy, networking, and the promotion of business. We are now seeing real momentum. The government is currently regulating an innovation fund to support early stage ventures, and our new science and technology park has made great progress in last year. These are major steps in fostering an environment where innovation and entrepreneurship can thrive. At the same time, stronger links between academia and industry are still needed to turn research into real-world commercial impact. This is a challenge, but also a clear area of opportunity. So allow me here again to recognize the opportunities that also this cooperation with the Startup Link gave us. So even today, I am listening to we are listening to the most successful ecosystems in the world, which I congratulate to. And I hope to at least make some similar things that they did. Alongside public efforts, the private sector is stepping up. The upcoming Starter Conference is creating a platform for startups, investors, and tech enthusiasts to connect. And the Business Angel Network is growing, providing new funding avenues for early stage funders. Importantly, the Startup Council that I mentioned, together with the Ministry of Science and Higher Education and with the support of Startup Link, is developing a strategic roadmap for ecosystem growth. This is helping stakeholders align their actions and set a clear vision for the future. So this is the first time that we are actually attempting to make a systematic approach to the issue. So while Banja Luka might not yet be on everyone's radar, rather it's getting there. The foundations are being built, the actors are aligning, and there's a shared belief that Banja Luka can become a regional innovation hub, attracting both local and international investors, empowering startups, and creating a sustainable and connected ecosystem. So allow me to invite the global community, the governments, investors, entrepreneurs to take a closer look and join us in shaping this journey. Thank you, and see you in Banja Luka, hopefully Republika Srpska, Bosnia and Herzegovina. And I hope to see you next year with even better news and to hear even more successful news from our partners all around the world.
Thank you so much, Milena. Thank you for sharing more about Banja Luka and the ecosystem. It's really a growing ecosystem, and we're excited to also see what else will come in the next years. Thank you.
Thank you.
So after Banja Luka, we will be now traveling all the way to South America, where we will be hearing about the ecosystem of Cali, Colombia, from Vivian Argueta, who is the Director of Innovation, Entrepreneurship, and Scalable Solutions at the Chamber of Commerce of Cali. While we are promoting Vivian, there are some rankings achievements in Cali. So Cali is currently 3rd in Colombia. It is 13th in South America. And one of the overperforming industries of the ecosystem is financial technology. Hi, Vivian. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Great. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, it's really a pleasure to be here. And as my colleagues before me, I also want to thank Startup Link for the effort that they've done. I don't know if you can see my screen that I'm sharing right now.
Yes, we see it right now, Vivian.
Perfect. Okay, so the information that I want to start with is just saying that Cali is consolidating itself as a truly dynamic startup ecosystem, driving talent, B2B innovation, and future-oriented investment in Colombia. And that is all backed up by the results that we saw in 2025. This year, we celebrate key milestones that reflect the collective strength and resilience of our ecosystem. Cali climbed 4 positions, reaching the 277th position in the global ranking. And since it entered this ranking in 2021, the city has advanced over 50 spots, something that we're very proud of. We are now the 3rd startup city in Colombia. We're number 13 in South America, and we're number 8 in the LATAM ecosystem among cities with 2 to 10 million inhabitants. But in 2024, we saw that Cali mapped 235 startups, reflecting vibrant and rapidly growing ecosystems. Why? Because we experienced 75% growth in the number of startups. That was the highest growth in Colombia among all major cities, having the next city going to, sorry, slides are not changing there. Having the next city with most growth being in Medellin with only 33% of growth. However, we consider ourselves in Cali as part of one ecosystem, the Colombian ecosystem. And therefore, we want to help each other always in the development and the growth of our system in LATAM. Right now, our startups have 44% of international presence. 91% operate with a B2B model, and 72% of them have incorporated AI into their products and services. And these figures highlight not only the volume of startups, but also their maturity, their global vision, and their tech-driven approach. One of the things that helps the ecosystem is precisely that we have top-performing sectors. We have software as a service with 14%, fintech with 12%, business management with 11%, and we have emerging strategic sectors like everything that has to do with logistics and agri-food tech, bioeconomy, clean technologies, and health tech. And one of the things that we want to say is that we're really, really proud about the work that we're doing in the bioeconomy, because last year, Cali was host of COP16, the most important United Nations conference on biodiversity. And we learned that our global competitive advantage is biodiversity. And therefore, now we're doing a strategic investment to show all our startups how they can push forward this new vibrant economic model for our region. So we think that this will be very important moving forward. Part of the things that have led to the growth that we are developing in Cali has been our steady growing investment. Last year we had 9.9, or this year we raised 9.9 million USD in venture capital, which was an increase from 2023. But we also achieved certain milestones. We consolidated Epic Angels. Some of my friends from Asia Pacific will know them. They're the most active angel investment network from Asia Pacific, but they now came to Cali. They chose Cali as their first investment for Latin America, and we have more than 130 women actively investing with impact. Additionally, we saw this year 34 increase in the number of female founders, which is reaffirming female leadership as a transformative force in our ecosystem. And all of this has happened in a certain way because of this that you're seeing here, the Capital Summit, which is an event fueled by the Cali Chamber of Commerce, where we make sure that founders and startups can meet and can have this space where they can connect with founders, they can connect with investment funds, with angel networks, and they can just have a safe place where the ecosystem can talk about its challenges, make plans for the future, and move forward. So we invite you all, any ecosystem that wants to learn and be part of our Capital Summit, please join us, and to contact us, other ecosystems. We want to learn about what you're doing. We're so proud about what we're doing in Cali. So thank you, Startup Blink, and thank you to all my other colleagues that have been presenting. Hearing and learning from you is amazing, and we're very happy to be part of this network.
Thank you very much, Vivian. It's always amazing to hear about the advancements in the ecosystem, and we're also excited to hear more about the event. And like Vivian said, if you want to join, visit the beautiful city of Cali, feel free to connect with the Chambers of Commerce of Cali. Thank you, Vivian. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So now we will be hearing from the ecosystem of Costa Rica. We will be staying in the Americas this time. We will be hearing from Steven Guerrero, who is the cluster manager at the TIC Zona Norte. While he is being promoted, here are some highlights of the ranking of Costa Rica this year. Currently, Costa Rica is second in Central America, and overperforming industries include fintech. Hello, Steven. Thank you for joining us.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes, and we see you as well. Now
Awesome. Yes, can you hear me now? And hello?
Hello, yes, Stephen, we hear you, but I think your video is not on.
Let me see. I tried to. Okay, we're just having a little bit of troubles now. Can you hear me and see me? I'm sorry. Perfect. Thank you so much for the invitation, guys, and for all of the efforts that you're doing with this amazing index and the opportunity that you give us to present. So let me just share my screen and start right over. 1 second, please. Okay, let me see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we do.
Okay, great. So good morning today to everyone who has been part of this amazing meeting. Hearing from everyone has been really good, and it gives you a perspective of how the different ecosystems are growing and how we can learn from each other. I again want to thank the Startup Link team for this amazing effort and for giving us the opportunity to present today. As you heard, my name is Steven Guerrero, and I am the director of 𝗕𝗰liche𝘂𝗁𝗍. This is the technology innovation cluster of Costa Rica. We are a public-private initiative, and what we do is try to link the efforts from the government and the private sector and the academia to continue helping this rising startup ecosystem in Costa Rica and the region. So as one of the newest studies about Costa Rica was mentioning, Costa Rica's futures lies not in exploding natural resources, but in leveraging its knowledge economy through innovation. And I just want to introduce you today, based on this rising start in Latin American innovation landscape, which is Costa Rica. This small biodiversity-rich nation is providing providing or focusing on the fact that you don't need oil or rare minerals to compete in the global economy, but you need ideas, talent, and the will to build. And this is actually the case of Costa Rica. We are an upper middle income country known for his public spending on education, which I think is actually one of the bases of what is happening right now in Costa Rica. This has created the opportunity for us to have a very high level of literacy and to have a great amount of people going to universities and studying and becoming part of this innovation ecosystem. Costa Rica economy has been transforming over the last decades, and once we started on agriculture and tourism, now we move to and thrive in terms of services related to technology and advanced manufacturing. For example, in 2024, Costa Rica's GDP was nearly 79 billions, with a strong growth fueled by sectors like software development, medtech, and digital services. And so what it is remarkable now is that, as you see in the index, we are #1 in Central America, and that is because Mexico is also included in the Central American ecosystem part. And so we are in this moment thriving as a contender ecosystem as it was mentioned in the 2025 Global Startup Ecosystem Index by Startup Link, and that actually means the great potential that we have to be part into the top 100 globally startup ecosystems. Just a little bit of context: our startups primarily are micro and small ventures, and they are focused on digital solutions, education, technology, health, and agri-tech, but a very high value added in terms of how we are able to develop technology also in in a good effort with biodiversity and conservation in general. And again, we leverage our strengths in sustainability and rural development, yet we still have a lot of work to do in terms of decentralizing the efforts in terms of innovation. But if you see more about our cluster, you will notice that we are actually not in the capital city, and that was made on purpose. We definitely need a shift, not only in supporting SMEs in general, but identifying very high potential dynamic entrepreneurship initiatives. And this is actually what we're trying to do by focusing on certain specific sectors that are showing a very robust effort in the process, and also helping them in becoming in compliance with all of the requirements for Costa Rica to continue this path of developing high-tech technology in a friendship with our ecosystem as well, with our biodiversity. So we are following these strategic recommendations where we want to decentralize the ecosystem and finance high-tech potential ventures, and continuing with this public-private collaboration, and leveraging great industries that are transforming digitally as the agri-tech, and supporting the infrastructure for them to become our next gyms in terms of how we are developing. But in general, we're a resilient, innovative nation, and we're here to stay, and we're here to collaborate. And so I just want to thank Startup Link for this effort, and we're very happy to be part of this community, and we will be glad to connect with all of the other ecosystems in the region and outside to continue building this great startup ecosystem. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you for sharing about Costa Rica and sharing about the improvements in the ecosystem throughout the years. Very much. Yes, so the next ecosystem that we will be visiting, we will now be going back to Asia. We will be hearing more about Armenia from Ruben Uspian, who is the CEO of the Science and Technology Angel Network. Armenia is currently 54th globally, and one of the overperforming industries for the country is software and data. Hi, Ruben. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for the presentations to the previous speakers. And thanks a lot for Startup Link for making this report. I'm turning off on my presentation. You see this, right?
Yes, we see it.
Yeah, so once again, thanks to everyone, and especially Startup Link's team for preparing this report. And I'm excited to present what happened in Armenia in the past year, and overall provide overview of the startup ecosystem in the country. And I will start with this overview of the ecosystem with what we have right now. So Armenia is a home for its first unicorn that was built and born in the country, 𝗔𝗄𝗏. But it is also very important to mention that Service Titan, that was founded by first-generation Armenians in Los Angeles in the United States, is a unicorn which is very active in Armenia, and they are contributing to the startup ecosystem development in the country heavily. And you can see in this picture, this is a historic moment when Service Titan was doing the IPO on NASDAQ, and the company's valuation was over $10 billion. And this is a very important aspect. That's why I'm focusing on this. This is the impact of the Armenian diaspora on the startup ecosystem development. And as we will see later, the startups development, the startup ecosystem growth is heavily done thanks to the participation of the diaspora. Another important thing that I would like to emphasize is the presence of homegrown unofficial unicorns in the country, which are 𝗏_construct and 𝗔_10. These are iGaming companies which were created from scratch in the country, and now they are over active in the country with development, a lot of initiatives, including startup ecosystem development, and also launching their own startups inside the organizations. And this is showing the value of the existence of the strong, mature, high-tech ecosystem, which becomes a source for the next generation of startups and the ecosystem development. And what is very important for the ecosystem in general is not only the existence of the strong unicorns and strong ecosystem players, but it is also the next wave of Series A, B, C startups, which we see on this box with the top startups. And these are the startups in Series E stage, like CodeSignal, a number of Series B startups like 𝗏𝗏 or Hercules AI or SoloLearn, and multiple other startups. And this was possible thanks to existence of the VC ecosystem, active VC ecosystem, which is in the country for more than 10 years. The first VC fund of the country, Granatos Ventures, was created in 2013, and the Armenian government was one of the first LPs in that fund. So the country has the experience of working with VCs, improving its regulations for more than 10 years. And there are 4 active angel networks in the country, and also a crowdfunding platform. And this overall ecosystem is supported by very active incubation, pre-acceleration, and acceleration programs. And here I would like to emphasize presence of the globally known ecosystem accelerator like Plug and Play in the country, which came in last year. And again, as I wanted to mention, the key enablers of the startup ecosystem development are these 3 pillars: the talent, diaspora, and the existing working mature ecosystem. And one important point here that I would like to mention is the very active public-private partnership. Historically, the startup ecosystem in Armenia was developed mainly by the private initiatives. So a lot of initiatives are happening in the country. They are bottom-up driven. And the beauty of this is that the country is small, and we are strongly interconnected, and it is a very productive ecosystem where these private initiatives meet support of the government and matched with the government's proactive programs, initiatives aimed at the support of the startup ecosystem. And here I would like to also overview what is happening on the government support side. So about 10 years already, the country is working with its startup support legislation that was first introduced in 2015. And there were major changes last year in this legislation aiming to continue supporting the ecosystem. And closing, I would like to provide some insights how this was done. Historically, in Armenia, we had a very strong high-tech ecosystem. And since 1960s, computers were manufactured in Armenia. And in the post-independence era, a very strong software outsourcing service sector was generated. And we were able to attract global top companies to be established in Armenia, have their R&D centers here. And you can see on the key facts, the key numbers that the ecosystem has right now. My time is concluding, and I would like to once again thank everyone for making this report, the Startup Link, and also congratulate all ecosystems on their remarkable growth. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ruben. Thank you for sharing more about the Armenian ecosystem. I'm sure we will hear more about it in the next events. Yes, so Thank you again. To continue with the introductions of the following ecosystems that we will be hearing from, I would like to introduce again my colleague Lisa, who will be doing the introductions. Hi, Lisa.
Hello again. Thank you so much, Katrin. We can continue with our presentations. Our next one is Alexander Ostrov. We can promote him to present. Alexander is the Chief Manager of Startups at IT Park Uzbekistan, and we're really grateful for him to be joining us and telling us more about the ecosystem there. While he's being promoted, I'll just let you know as well, there's in Uzbekistan this past year has had exceptional growth rate of 89.9% and is 98th globally, and is incredibly strong in fintech over the last year. So with that, I might just pause and see if Alexander's there. Yep, he's there. Excellent. Nice to see you.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm Alex, Chief Manager of Startup Ecosystem and Development and Venture Investment at IT Park Uzbekistan. Thanks, Lisa, for a great intro, and a big shout out to Catherine, Lala, Marco, Ellie, and Sengu for all this great job, the smooth communication, and making this meeting happen. So that's a great pleasure to be here with the folks from all around the world. And I want to share with you how we're growing our startups and powering the outsourcing in Uzbekistan. So let's dive in. Let me just share my presentation. Give me a second. It's already open. All right, can you see it well?
Yes, thank you.
So let's start it. As you might know, Uzbekistan is in the Central Asia with the 37 million people, the half size of Central Asia population, and with the 60% of people under 30, it's our startup and outsourcing firm thrive on this young talent. We are got 500 plus IT centers and 50 IT universities producing the 50,000 graduates yearly, building a rock solid talent pool. So ranked 11 in the starting the business, we are safe and connected. And linked to a 300 million person CIS market from Tashkent to Nukus. We are setting up the innovation and the global business with the IT Park at the core. So just a little bit about the IT Park. IT Park is the semi-government entity under the Ministry of Digital Technologies and Innovations, drives our ecosystem. Our 2,700 residents, 25% foreign-owned, include 400 startups plus. We back with a full commitment. So residents enjoy no corporate taxes, no contributions, and IT visas for founders, investors, IT specialists, and their families. Our programs seal the deal like a zero risk over here. Yeah. So zero risk that offers the free offices equipment. It's and the payroll support to cut the cost. We have a soft lending program which is provides to the foreign company with the legal banking and relocation help. So there is a local to global program which is the supports in the training and the global events Just give me a second. Over here, yeah. So, and we also launched the new initiative as a digital startup platform, delivers the funding, non-collateral loans, and regulatory sandbox. There is a recent the platform which we have built for our local startups, which is the startup base, connects the startups with accelerators, with the investors, and global events. In just 5 years, we built our first unicorn, Uzum, leading fintech startups like Zuma. It's as a proof of our support delivers. It's all about zero taxes with global access. We are all about helping startups grow. Our 1 million President Tech Award is offers the cash prizes for the global exposure, growing innovators like Task Vision for AI breakthroughs. Tumari's Tech has trained more than 9,000 women to lead in tech. The IT Insider program, launched in 2025, is meant to train student ambassadors to spark the startup culture at universities through hackathons, pitch sessions, and startup labs. So the Digital Startup Awards is our new flagship, draw founders from the Central Asia, the Caucasus, and Mongolia for incubation, acceleration, and the $40,000 Best Startup Project prize, with the Tashkent final at ICT Week at the end of the year. So the last year, we took over 60 startups to the global events such as the Web Summit, GITEX, InMerge, BIBAN, LEAD, and many more. So, which helps our startups provides the expansion opportunities and global partnerships. Through the IT Park work, our startup raised $69.5 million in the last year, 2024. So our country venture funds totaling 126 million fuel growth. And for our global offices in the US, the Korea, Saudi Arabia, Germany, and Japan, opens the partnership doors. So the presidential decree is the launch in October transforms our startup ecosystem by streaming the funding and support for the startups. It's restructured the 𝗬𝗏VC fund into the fund of funds to attract the foreign venture capital, established startup studios, and introduced flexible regulation, making it easier for founders to scale from the idea to impact. The Uzbekistan ecosystem is young, bold, and built for startups and outsourcing. We are helping founders to succeed with the unmatched support and drive into innovation. We always open to the global partnerships and great ideas to make our ecosystem shine and bright. Thank you for being here and interested about our young but ambitious ecosystem. Thank you.
Thank you so much for outlining some of those significant initiatives and programs that are happening in Uzbekistan, and we really appreciate it. So thank you, Alexander. We're going to move on now to a different part of the world in Cape Verde. So if we just close, yep, there we go. I'd like to introduce 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏. He's the Program Manager Officer at Cabo Verde Digital. And while he's joining us, I'll just update you on some really interesting statistics from this year. We've got Cape Verde is the second in Western Africa and 75th globally. In software and data, it's second in Africa, and in e-commerce and retail, fifth in Africa. So to tell us a little bit more about that, Milton, when you're ready, I'll hang out here for a bit. Great.
Can you hear me
Thank
now?
you so much. Yep, I can hear you.
Beautiful.
Over to you.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. First of all, thank you, Startup Link team and all the involved in this amazing work that you are doing, mapping all these startup ecosystem around the world and creating this great community of great people that are building the right environment for startup to thrive. I will quickly share some slide. It will not be a presentation, but I will just share some thoughts about what we are doing here in Cape Verde to support not only the young entrepreneurs, but to establish the digital economy as the main engine for country development. Tell me when the slides start showing, please. I think it's
yeah. I think it's loading still.
Loading, right?
Yeah. Just give it a moment.
Let's see. Maybe let's see if I.
It was showing on the screen before when it wasn't on the slides. If you wanted to show it that way, it might. Oh, it's coming.
Yeah. But essentially, briefly speaking about Cape Verde.
Yeah, we can see that. Sorry
you can
to interrupt.
see that,
Yeah,
right?
go for it.
Okay, so exactly unlocking the digital potential is exactly what we are doing. Through huge investments that the government is doing in different layers of the economy to establish digital economy as the main engine of the country. A small country, developing states with a lack of resources, but with a very strategic geolocation that put us in a good position to connect the different continents and be a spot to be when we talk on digital economy, as well having a strong community that can closely collaborate to deliver services and innovation across the world. And we truly believe in the potential of our location and our driving forces to be a tech islands of the West Africa. This is exactly what we are trying to establish the country as a tech islands, as an island where the innovation can flow and where young entrepreneurs can use the right environments that the government is putting in place to support their dreams and to create business. So this slide shows some key indicators that I believe that is the foundation of the startup ecosystem here in Cape Verde. The conditions that we are working on top of it, in terms of internet service providers, submarine cables, good governance, internet penetration rate, the size of the population, and the geolocation of the country. So we do believe that all these conditions create a right, environment for us to explore this extra component of the economy. Cape Verde's Cape Verde GDP is really supported by the tourism, but the digital economy is the next big component that we are investing as a whole. And the startup ecosystem is the one of these vertical that we are working hard. So it's not about the technology, is about improving lives, because we do believe that through digital economy, through digital entrepreneurship, we can create more jobs, more meaningful jobs, and improve the quality of life of our citizens, but at the same time connect our huge diaspora to the country and allow this global community of Cape Verdeans, not only in Cape Verde, but outside of Cape Verde, to contribute for the country development, but also to support the country in connect with the global community. And we can't talk about digital economy or digital entrepreneurship ecosystem in Cape Verde without talking about what we call the backbone of the digital economy strategy. That is our technological park. It was inaugurated, a few weeks ago, I guess, and it was a huge momentum for Cape Verde because it will allow us to have a central place where the innovation can happen and where we can collide different stakeholders cross-border with one goal: to create digital solutions to support countries' development. And we are talking about business center, training center, incubation center, conference center, and data center, all spaces and infrastructure that will serve the digital economy vision and that will serve the startup ecosystem, not only in Cape Verde, but cross-border. So as I mentioned, the vision is exactly to be a tech islands of West Africa. We call it TIWA vision. And we want, through the tech park, to create the right conditions for young entrepreneurs, SMEs, and cross-border organizations, digital nomad, to create their business. And from Cape Verde, from the programs, from the infrastructures have it in place in Cape Verde, scale it cross-border. So this is why the tech park is not only a physical infrastructure, but you also have a layer of incentives that we call it ZET, Special Zone for Technology, that wants to attract global talents and global companies to establish in Cape Verde through the tech park. Very quickly, we are in a great momentum of the ecosystem because we are now in the implementation phase of a $40 million funding from the World Bank that will allow us to secure key components of the ecosystem, from 5G to digital literacy to startup act and startup support. And all of these have in the bottom line a vision that bring 6 key pillars, strategic pillars, that are guiding us through this great dream to build Cape Verde as a tech island of West Africa. We know that we have works to do, but we are optimistic. We do believe that these small island states can have a relevant role in the digital economy in the African and also in the world. Thank you, and appreciate this amazing work that Startup Blink is doing.
Thank you so much, Milton. Super interesting to hear about the technology for improving lives. That's very poignant, and all of the momentum that's going on in the technology space as well. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll move on now to Kingston in Canada. Pleased to introduce Norman Musengimana, who's the Business Development Manager, Startups and Entrepreneurship for Kingston Economic Development. So as Norman joins us, just to update you on some of the results from this year, Kingston is 9th in Canada and 1st in Canada among cities with a population of less than 500,000 people. In energy and environment, they're 5th in Canada and 24th in North America. And with that, I will pass to Norman. I can't see you, Norman, but I can see your presentation. There we go. Great. Thank you so much for joining us, Norman. I will pass the mic to you.
Thank you so much. My name is Norman Musengimana, and I am the Business Development Manager for Startups and Entrepreneurship at the Kingston Economic Development Corporation. We are a very small city, like we just heard from Lisa. And like everyone else, I want to start by appreciating the opportunity presented to us by Startup Blink and the team led by Ellie. Thank you for the work we are doing. And we are really, really learning a lot from other ecosystem and also some of the insights that we are gathering from Startup Blink. We truly appreciate. I think based on the conversations I've seen here today, if there is anything that I want anyone who's watching right now to take away is these three things. One is Kingston's strategic location in North America. We are about 45 minutes from the border with the US. And two is we know that we cannot be the best at everything that we want to do. So we have chosen two strategic priority sectors that we work with or we try to drive all our efforts in. And three is the research capabilities and the talent that is available in this small town. So around Kingston, we are 3 hours away from Montreal, 2 hours away from Ottawa, 3 hours away from Toronto, and about 8 hours from some of the key major cities in the US like Boston, New York, DC. And so you have access to a really huge market from this very small town. And you can see these two highways, Highway 41, probably one of the longest highways in the world, passes right in Kingston, and Highway 81 leads into like 45 minutes from Kingston. So if you're looking for a strategic location, irrespective of the trade wars that are going on today, Kingston will be the best, and we know that a trade agreement is coming soon between the US and Canada. And so from a strategic priority angle, we focus mainly on sustainable manufacturing. And of course, there are a couple of subsectors under sustainable manufacturing. And then we also focus on life sciences. And Kingston, it's worth noting that Kingston is one of the first cities in Canada to actually launch a climate action emergency. So under sustainable manufacturing, these are some of the subsectors that we are working with, that we focus on. But if I was to highlight one company, one startup that is less than 3 years old, will be Cyclic Material. This is a company that was launched partly by one of the professors at Queen's University here in Kingston. And right within 3 years, it has raised over $27 million, building a very big team, a very innovative technology. They invented their own proprietary technology on how to recycle magnet and convert them into rare earth materials. And so this is one of the most highest growing companies in the ecosystem as we speak right now. And the life sciences, these are some of the subsectors we again focus on as an ecosystem. But if I was to highlight one company, I would probably highlight Octane, which is a company that develops multiple proprietary technologies, some of which are sold to global companies in the healthcare system or industry. But one of the best probably technology they have developed is the cocoon technology, which is more or less like a proprietary technology on how to implement, execute, and deliver on personalized medicine, because they are able to produce, for example, a cartridge for a specific patient right from the beginning to the end from their proprietary technology. And then under life sciences, we have just gotten funding, a 3-year funding from the federal government, where we'll be investing between $10,000 to $250,000 in startups in this space. This is matching funds, so you have to either put in kind investment from your own money or mobilize other resources that you can stack along with this funding. And so this is live. And if you are in this space, you are looking to set up between Toronto, Montreal, or close to the US, please, if you're in the life science, join us. And then we also have industrial parks. If you are someone who's looking to get into like fully furnished, ready industrial parks, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'll be ready to facilitate you. When we talk about talent, we have one of the best universities in Canada, and we have the Canada Royal Military College also set up in Kingston, and then we have a college called St. Lawrence College. But one of the most underrated assets that Kingston has is more than 45 research centers. And I think this is the bread and butter of our innovation. We have a lot of patent IP that is pending commercialization. If you're already building a company, they're looking for IP that can match or reinforce your competitiveness as a startup. Please don't hesitate. Look at Kingston. We'll be able to support you. And so the way we support startups, we support startups from the beginning ideation to exiting, like helping you to build your company and helping you to, if you want to exit, to be able to either through a merger or through any form of exit that you'll be looking for. We are an ecosystem that has all the expert, all the resources to be able to help you to do that. Thank you so much. This is all I have to say about Kingston. And if you're interested in talking further, please, let's connect on LinkedIn.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Norman. That was really interesting, especially considering the relatively smaller size of the population. To have 45 research centers is pretty remarkable. So hopefully everyone gets in contact and learns more. Thanks again. And we're going to move on now to not too far away from Kingston, relatively speaking, to Round Rock, Austin in the USA. I'd like to introduce Adriana Nunez-Young, who is the Director of Innovation and Entrepreneurship at Round Rock Chamber. And while she's joining, I'll just let you know that Round Rock Austin has this year been placed 168th in the USA, which is considerable considering the size of the country, and second in the Round Rock Austin cluster. So with that, Adriana, welcome.
Lisa, thank you for the introduction.
I'll pass over to you now. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Adriana Nunez, and I'm the Director of Innovation and Entrepreneurship at the Round Rock Chamber in Texas. Our chamber serves as the economic development generator for the city, and it's a privilege to join all of you and the colleagues who went ahead of me on this global gathering of ecosystem leaders. I'm here to tell you a little bit about Round Rock, a city that may surprise you. We're fast-growing, deeply connected, and we're focused on building an entrepreneur-friendly environment here in the US. Round Rock sits just north of Austin, Texas, right here in Central Texas. That means that global startups that land here get the best of both worlds, proximity to a top-tier innovation hub without the congestion or the cost associated with being centered in one. We're connected to a powerful regional economy, home to Dell Technologies, a thriving tech force, and direct access to state and federal innovation assets. This isn't just a great place to launch, it's a great place to scale as well. Talent is the currency of innovation, is what we're currently seeing, and we're investing in it daily. Round Rock's workforce is young, educated, and diverse. Our local schools are among the top tier in Texas and in our region, which include the University of Texas Austin location, as well as Texas State University. We're also preparing for the next generation, starting from a very young age with our early STEM programs to a new Innovation High School campus. We're building a talent pipeline with founders, engineers, and problem solvers at its core. Here at the Round Rock Chamber, entrepreneurship isn't just a buzzword, but it's a priority. We've cultivated a founder-first culture where startups can access resources, networks, and opportunities from day one. We actually recently partnered with a group called Solution Focused Agency to help us create an innovation ecosystem strategy, which will help guide us for the next 5 to 7 years in how we grow this ecosystem here. This year, we hosted our second annual Round Rock Startup Day, a pitch competition that connected local founders to investors and mentors across Texas. We run monthly workshops on topics that come to us directly from our founders, what they're looking to learn more about, and whatever is currently top of mind in the industry. And we partner with regional players from defense innovation hubs like Q Branch, which is located in Austin, Texas, to local university to help bridge gaps and accelerate that growth. What makes our ecosystem stand out is our responsiveness. Founders can walk into our organization and leave with meaningful next steps, intros, and follow-up. Our ecosystem is strong in sectors where Texas leads globally, such as advanced manufacturing, autonomous vehicles, cybersecurity, and defense tech. We're also fast and growing in enterprise SaaS, ed tech, and AI. What startups find here is not just infrastructure and affordability, but a community ready to open the doors and move fast. We're continuously hearing that being an entrepreneur and a founder can sometimes be a lonely journey. And so we've created an environment that fosters collaboration. And unlike most saturated tech hubs, we have space to grow with access to capital, facilities, and decision makers. Round Rock is global ready, but community rooted. We're building something sustainable, intentional, and founder driven. If you're an entrepreneur looking for a soft landing in the US, an investor scouting its next breakout company, or an ecosystem builder seeking collaboration, I would love to connect. And I just wanted to say thank you to Startup Blink and the team for having me.
Thank you, Adriana. What I really noticed about what you were discussing is the importance of community as well as the infrastructure. So thanks so much for outlining a little bit more about your location and the successes already.
Thank you.
And yeah, stay on and listen to everybody else as well. We invite you. I'm going to pass on now to a different part of the Americas, to São José dos Campos in Brazil, and inviting Ricardo Lohmansky, who is the CEO of Innovation Hub Brazil. While Ricardo is joining us, I can share that São José dos Campos is 14th in Brazil and 26th in South America. In software and digital, they are indeed 13th in Brazil. So I'll just stay on the line here while Ricardo joins us, hopefully.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you. Can see you.
Okay.
Thank you.
First, thank you, Lisa, and for the invitation. For me, it's an honor to be part of the launching of the Startup Link new report, and also an honor to be part of the advisor, to be advisor of the Brazilian ecosystem in Startup Link. And I'm so happy to talk about the city where I was born. I was born in Brazil, in the state of São Paulo. And I'm gonna share my presentation to talk about the city of São José dos Campos. Can you see my presentation?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
You can make the screen a little bit bigger, sorry, Ricardo, or switch to slide view if it's not too much trouble.
Now.
Perfect, thank you.
I'm gonna talk about the innovation ecosystem of São José dos Campos. São José dos Campos is located in the state of São Paulo, the state where I was born. It's about 2 hours from the capital. The capital of the state of São Paulo is São Paulo City, and it's a medium-sized city. There is about almost 700,000 inhabitants, 1,000 kilometers square, all the region, and also is very well known about the high quality of life. There are a lot of people, a lot of Brazilians that go to São José dos Campos or to study in a very good university, or also to work in many companies, many startups. And to talk about the startups innovation ecosystem in São José dos Campos, I must talk about these 2 institutions. These are institutions that are very famous. All Brazilians, they know these institutions. And first of all, it's the ITA, is the Technological Institute of Aeronautics in Brazil. It's the best engineering school in Brazil. Is where all the engineering students in Brazil, they dream to study there. It's a public university. There is no fee, and also all the students, they live for free in campus. They are focused in applied research, and the institution was founded in 1950, and it's maintained by the Brazilian Air Force. And the second organization, I think it's famous not just in Brazil but also abroad. It's Embraer. Embraer is the 3rd largest producer of civil aircraft in the world. Embraer, the headquarters is in São José dos Campos, but there is branches outside Brazil. And if you talk about the innovation ecosystem in São José dos Campos, you can be sure that a lot of startups, they start in one of these 2 institutions, because a lot of startups they start or from alumni from ITA, Technological Institute of Aeronautics, or from the former employees from Embraer. This is why you can see how it's important for the ecosystem, the partnership between a university and a company, because Embraer started since the beginning with the support of the Technological Institute of Aeronautics, support of the students, also the professors, and until today, these 2 institutions, they work together doing joint research and also doing training. This is why, for me, São José dos Campos is the best example in Brazil, where you can see how a university that it can work together with a company to develop all the ecosystem. And in the second part, I'm gonna present the key players in São José dos Campos. We have 2 big technological parks. The first one is São José dos Campos Technological Park. It was founded by the municipality of São José dos Campos. It's the first technological park in Brazil, and it's one of the biggest now in Brazil. There are about 9,000 people that work or study in the park. And why study? Because there are many branches of public universities inside the park, as FATEC, Unifesp, Unesp. Also, you have an acceleration program inside the park. You have an incubator. You have many labs. And the main focus of the park, you can see a lot of startups and companies in the energy field, IT, aeronautics, health, water, cyber, and this is the biggest park in São José dos Campos. And also you have Univap Technological Park. Univap is the biggest private university in the city, and also there is many startups inside the university. And also you have an acceleration program in this park. And the main accelerator program in the city is Nexus Acceleration Program. Nexus, it's located inside São José dos Campos Technological Park. And also it's important to say that there are many multinationals that has their headquarters in Brazil, located in the city, as Boeing, General Motors, Johnson & Johnson, Ericsson, and also Panasonic. Then a lot of people that want to study in Brazil or want to work in a big company or want to start your new startup, São José do Campos offers a very good quality of life and a very good institution that can support your initial startup. And also because of you have many public institutions, universities, you have a very good high level of employees in the city. And this is some of the data of the new report of Startup Blink. São José dos Campos is the second in South America in the cities with the population between 500K and 1 million. And you can see the top industries are fields that are related with the universities inside the city, as artificial intelligence, software and data. And also is not a city important in Brazil, but also is an important city for all Latin America. And this is why I invite you, if you want more information about the Brazilian ecosystem and about São José dos Campos, you can contact me. And also, I want to thank the municipality of São José dos Campos, the mayor, and also the technological park of São José dos Campos and Univap. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ricardo. Very much appreciate your presentation about a very unique place, and also how you discuss the power of key institutions like EBRA on, generating more and more talent and developing people for the workforce there and innovation. Thank you so much for joining us. And,
thank you very much.
We're going to move now to Colombia, to Medellin specifically. I'd like to introduce Carolina Salazar, who is the Strategic Projects Director at Ruta N. And while she's being promoted by the team here, Medellin has placed second in Colombia this year and is 6th in LATAM. Hi, Carolina. Lovely to have you here.
Thank you. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Looking forward to your presentation. I'll pass it over to you. Thanks.
Can you see my presentation?
Not yet.
And now?
No, not yet. I can't see it. Just checking with the team as well.
So this. Okay. I guess we have some problems, but okay, we can talk right now here like this.
Okay.
Okay. Everyone, hello. My name is Carolina Salazar. I am the Strategic Director of Ruta N. We feel so happy and positive about this new result for Medellin. Medellin is an ecosystem that is consolidated for startup expansion and international investment attraction. Ruta N, in its role as a connector of Medellin entrepreneurships and innovation ecosystem, now designed as the first science, technology, and innovation district of Colombia, has been working in recent years to consolidate the city as an attractive territory for development, investment attraction, and the establishment of high-impact startups. With this goal in mind, an interinstitutional strategy has been implemented, joining actors from academia, the business sector, government entities, and international partners such as Startup Link. This partnership has enabled a deeper understanding of the startup landscape, capital flows, and the key players present in the city. Based on this information, we have designed an offer aimed at identifying and closing ecosystem gaps through the implementation of strategic plans and programs. Some notable initiatives are Startia, all-in-one data solution designed for startups, investors, and ecosystem developers. And 𝗦𝗁 VC, the City Venture Capital Program, which aims to structure and deploy investment mechanisms exceeding $100 million in venture capital funds. This initiative seeks to develop local capabilities and increase available funding for startups throughout South America. Additionally, 𝗦𝗁 offers a powerful combination of tax, legal, and procedural benefits that position it as a strategic destination for both national and international investors. Finally, Ruta N, whose purpose is to consolidate Medellin as the global epicenter of science, technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship, accelerating its economic and social development, has been working with the local government in the creation of a special treatment zone called FUTUMED, the future of Medellin. This is defined as a strategically designed geographic area aimed at promoting the development, testing, and implementation of advanced technology and R&D activities, where all the actors of the ecosystem can grow and get more benefits and development of their initiatives. All these proposals and programs seek to maintain the positive momentum Medellin has achieved in recent years in the global Startup Link ranking, positioning the city as an international benchmark for innovation and entrepreneurship. Thank you so much for the Ruta N and Startup Link team and the local ecosystem for getting these results. Thank you for having this here with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Carolina, and apologies for the technical issues.
Yes,
but you outlined everything beautifully for us, and really interesting about FUTUMED, the future of Medellin, and looking forward to hearing more and more about that in the coming years. Thank you for joining us. So we're going to go to our final presentation now, which is from Somalia, which Liban Mohammed, who is a manager of Somali Response Innovation Lab, will be joining us shortly. So inviting Liban to speak with us about your ecosystem and your achievements there. Somalia is actually first year back in the rankings and fourth in East Africa. And in energy and environment, it's second in East Africa and 55th globally. So just give Liban a moment to join us.
Thank you very much, Lisa. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can't see you, but we can hear you.
Probably I'm having some issue with my camera, but hopefully I think my voice would make up for that.
Okay, we can hear you clearly, so I'll go off screen. Thank you.
Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
My name is Liban Mohammed. I am the manager of Somali Response Innovation Lab. So to begin with, I'm going to give you a bit of information regarding what is Response Innovation Lab. So basically, our Response Innovation Lab is a global network and collaborative platform where multiple NGOs like DRC, World Vision, Oxfam, Save the Children, and Civics are trying to transform the humanitarian sector by leveraging innovation so that the impact of this humanitarian intervention will be increased, and also a lot of people in crisis will be helped with the help of technology. So Somali Response Innovation Lab is a part of that network based in here, Somalia. So basically, we are hosted under SOMREP Consortium, which is one of the leading consortium in Somalia that is involved in resilience building programs. So we have a multiple labs across the globe, as you can see from the map. And in order to help humanitarian intervention become more effective and more impactful, so we have come up with a innovative approach that starts with convening. So basically, when it comes to convening, what we do is bringing together both traditional actors as well as non-traditional actors in that specific space that we're trying to solve, in order to unpack the challenge in a more diverse and more inclusive manner. So this, we hold what's called conveners, which the center of it is the exercising of human-centered approaches and design thinking. Also, other things that we do is a matchmaker, where we match the challenge holders with the solution providers. Also, other things we do is co-creation, where we support the piloting as well as the scaling of solutions by providing resources, mentoring, trainings, and also other thing is evidence generation. So in the space of innovation, is a very important to generate evidence for the sake of learning as well as improving from where you started. So those of you who are interested in learning more about these techniques, if you log in our, if you actually search on our YouTube channel, you can find it and you can watch it. Yes, for the sake of time, I'm going to give you a bit of a snapshot of Somali startup ecosystem. So to begin with, there is a widespread digital penetration within the Somali startup ecosystem. So the mobile first economy is a very prevalent in Somalia, since Somalia leapfrogged the traditional banking systems. And right now, most of the countries are utilizing and make use of the mobile based economy, like using the platforms like 𝗬𝗎+, 𝗬𝗏, Sahel are usually adopted, even enabling rural communities to effectively access these technologies so that they can undertake digital transactions. And also, there's a fintech friendly environment. Since there is a low banking penetration in Somaliland or Somalia, people are actually making use of the use of mobile money to make their lives more easier. And also, when it comes to the ecosystem, we are seeing it is very youthful and entrepreneurial demographically. So when it comes to Somali population, it is 70%. It is made up of youth. So the youth, like 70% of the population, is under the age of 30 years old. So most of the entrepreneurial, also innovation ecosystem is made up by youth, and this is offering opportunity of the ecosystem becoming more dynamic and having that pool of tech-savvy entrepreneurial youth. Despite the high unemployment existing in the country, still the youth are turning to make use of entrepreneurship so that they can create a living for themselves. And also, other factor that is also very visible within the Somali startup ecosystem is that it is we are seeing the emergence of diaspora-led activities within the ecosystem, where so when it comes to the Somali economy, the estimated remittance on annual basis is around 1.6 billion. So a lot of these remittances is actually used for fueling small businesses, real estate ventures, and also other innovation initiatives. But also there are other like diaspora-led investment groups like Below Capital, Shurako, that are playing a really crucial role in terms of funding as well as mentoring startups across Somalia. And also one of the key advantages or strengths that we are seeing right now is the emerging of a innovation infrastructures as well as a support system within the ecosystem. So we are having a lot of accelerating programs, a lot of innovation hubs across Somalia, such as Har Hub in Hargeisa, IRIS Hub, as well as Simad Labs in Mogadishu, Hanaqat Hub in 𝗏𝗏, and also others. Other things that also that deserves to be outlined is that Somali startups are actually very good at in terms of tailoring their solutions to local problems. So all these innovations that we're seeing here in Somalia are not just borrowed from outside, but they're actually tailor-made for a specific solution, specific context and problems our communities are facing, from the e-health platforms like Ogo, livestock tracking solutions for pastoralists, as well as agricultural logistics and e-commerce platforms, and edtech platforms tailored for mobile learners and everything. And also one of the other things that we're seeing is expanding private sector investment. So a lot of private sector players are very much interested in investing in different startups across the different sectors, from fintech to agribusiness to circular economy and everything. So here is a Mogadishu Tech Summit, where one of the, if you look at one of the innovators that we supported, Ogo Health, coming up with a innovative way to track the mothers and children's health by the use of a app, is actually participating. So, and also I'm going to give you a bit of highlights of the innovators as well as the ventures that we are supporting as a Somali Response Innovation Lab in this year. Currently, we have around 9 ventures across Somalia. So 2 are in the space of circular economy, 2 are in the space of innovative financing, while the remaining 5 are in the space of food systems. So basically, for example, in the space of a circular economy, we have 2 ventures. The first venture is called Ecoplastics, where when it comes to the plastic issue in Somalia, it is a very big issue and a very prevalent. So this venture came up with an idea that they want to turn plastic waste into a very attractive, durable pavement tiles. But also other interesting thing that they did is the machine that they're using is not imported from outside, but rather it's made locally, which is contributing towards the improving as well as promoting local production and manufacturing of the country. Other one is 𝗘𝗰_Plastic, which is a big company that produces a plastic and imports a lot of plastic friction from outside. So one of the things that they are trying to do right now, they're already doing, is to lessen their dependence of importing plastic from outside by actually recycling the plastic from the plastic waste in the country. The other 2 innovators that we have in the space of innovative financing is a Pillow Capital. So in Somalia, when it comes to entrepreneurs accessing much needed capital or investment, it is a very difficult. But also on the other hand, there are a lot of Somali diaspora community people that are interested in investing back in their country. But also one of the challenges they encounter is accessing necessary information and also dependable information on what sort of investment they should make. So one of the innovative ideas that they came up with is creating a platform where the most potential startups are featured, as well as trained, mentor, and connected with a potential diaspora investors. And other without investment is coming up with a collateral-free credit scheme, which will enable female entrepreneurs to easily access credit, which is very difficult within Somalia, and it's a Sharia-compliant scheme. And then when it comes to the food system, we are seeing quite impressive innovations which are coming up by the startups. For example, Romani Integrated Farm, they're coming up with an app which would enable the nearby farmers to rent tractors. So the tractors will be making, the farmers will be making use of these tractors instead of doing things manually. For example, some Farm Fresh, they're coming up with a cold chain systems. So Somalia, when it comes to milk production or meat production or agricultural production, they're subjected to high post-harvest losses. So they are building a cold chain systems within the market, enabling to avoid that post-harvest effects. While consulting groups are coming up with a system that would enable a lot of cooperatives in the space of maybe livestock production or maybe agriculture to effectively manage their data, connect with the microfinance institutions and also potential investors, where green life agribusinesses are actually producing inorganic fertilizers, enabling the local agriculture communities to effectively make use of this and then not become dependent on non-organic fertilizers. So I would like to conclude this with this message, where oftentimes when Somali comes to your mind, people they hear the narrative that is very bleak, that Somalia is a poverty-stricken country. Somalia is a country that is completely devastated by conflict, poverty, famine, and all kind of like a very very bad things. But also there's another parallelly running narrative, which is Somalia, despite all of these challenges, is showcasing a great resilience and also creativity to make use of like the very limited resources that they have and trying to come up with some solutions that would transform the country. And then that's the thing that we are seeing right now. So I would like to say thank you to Startup Link team, and also thank you everyone. So over to you guys.
Thank you so much, Liban, and for your parting words as well, really profound. I think that some of the initiatives that you shared, as well as getting us thinking about the demographics in Somalia, the 70% of youth under 30 years old, and what that means in terms of opportunity as well, to connect to your final points. So thank you so much for presenting to the group here and to our audience online. I think that's the end of our presentations. So thank you all so much for sharing your presentations and your thoughts and your achievements this year. We're excited about what's to come. And I am going to invite my colleague Catherine back to take the reins. Thanks, Catherine.
Thank you, and thank you to everyone that shared about their ecosystems and those that have joined and listened to our event today. Really hope that you all enjoy celebrating the launch of our 2025 report. Don't forget, if you have not downloaded the report yet, please download it. You will see the link that has been pasted just now. And just remember, we will also share a recording of the event now and also the event in the morning in case you missed it. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you guys in our next event.